basement of a church. I take it as an AM talk radio, news, sports, weather station. But, Grant Mazzy is trying to light a fire under some people, piss them off a little bit, shake things up, and because, as he said, a pissed off listener is a wide awake listener.
It's real poetic language it's not spoken like poetry, but when you actually piece the words back together and you think about it, there's some nagging. Again, it kind of keeps circling, popping up in my thought process, and I'm hoping that that's something that is going to carry over to our audience in a way that we will infect them with some of these ideas that Tony Burgess, who's the author, kind of was fascinated with. I think he intentionally plugged them in such a way that if we do it right, people will, they can't help themselves but think about it. The cast and crew came together, at least the lead role, Jeremy Votava, and the director, specifically because of their backgrounds in radio. We wanted to bring the elements of an actual functional radio station and jargon and terminology and how they would do what. I wanted authenticity to that.
I know for me it just seemed really challenging to kind of capture all of what really happens in a radio studio. I think radio for me has always been one of those things like restaurants or something else where the masses or the general public kind of get one perspective on what's going on, which is really nothing like what's actually going on behind the scenes.
It takes a certain crowd, and I think that the eclectic group that comes to the Blue Room knows that they're not going to be seeing guys and dolls. They're going to be seeing a show that is a little more adventurous. And I had never even heard of Pontypool until just a few weeks ago. It just came out, so I think that they're on that pulse, and they're giving the community something they haven't seen 10 times.